Hey there, everybody. It's Chaunine. Wanted to invite you into my studio this morning, kind of check out what I've been working on. I'm working on some illustrations for a book. I thought it'd be kind of fun to show you the story of what goes into creating drawings for a story. I didn't really have a full appreciation for what it is that illustrators do, especially for heavily illustrated books, like children's books that we all grew up with, until I was asked to create some drawings for some books myself. So as you can see, this is a blank page and it's not very interesting to look at. But that literally is what an artist starts with when they're given a story and the words of the story and the author's ideas of what they think that the characters might look like. And this particular story is about a knight, and he's kind of a Don Quixote type of a character. He really thinks that he's a hero and a fierce fighter, but he's pretty much the only one that sees it that way. He's actually a pretty ragtag kind of a character. And so the story is set in 1770-ish Paris, and there's a dragon involved and a little girl and all kinds of other elements. So I wanted to show you what it is that an artist does to be able to create that. You're literally creating something that's never existed before, and it's quite the process, actually. So one of the first things that I did when I set out on this quest is started searching for body language and doing some sketches, trying to find this fellow. In the story, this knight is strutting through the streets of Paris. So I'm looking for pride and, that sense of someone that's strutting. You can kind of see some stick figure sketches that I did here. This one, a little too superhero-ish. So kept sketching away. See if I could capture that strut. Here you can see I'm getting a little bit closer, but he's got a cape. This is a little closer to a strut, but not quite what I was looking for. So a bunch more sketching going on, and here I'm getting a lot closer to what it is that I'm looking for. I've got foot out, we've got proud arms. You can kind of start to see a little bit of the face, but mainly what I'm doing here is creating the bones or the skeleton in computer animation. They call it the rig that I'm going to dress this character around. He's long, he's lanky, and so I settled on this body language. I think that communicates a strut pretty darn well. So now one of the next steps that I need to go through is figuring out how do I dress this character, the expressions on this character's face. There's some specifics in the story that I need to figure out. He's got a cape, and his clothes are ragtag. He's got boots with holes in them. His cape is tattered. He's got a sword, it's rusty, and he's got a medal on his chest that's chipped and worn. His hair's long and scraggly. But despite all that, he's as proud as he can be and strutting through Paris. So I need to figure out, how am I going to express all that, and how am I going to dress this body language in that character? And who is that character anyway? So here you see me kind of figuring out facial expressions, bringing this character to life for me, figuring out what he looks like from different angles, doing sketches to find this face. You know, he's got the long mustache that curls at the ends. He's got a chin that he likes to jut out with a little bit of a beard on it. And he's got kind of Albert Einsteinish hair, is the way that I saw him in my mind's eye when I read that he's kind of got long, scraggly hair. Kind of wanted to go for that. I don't know if mad scientist is the right word, but yeah, mad scientist, actually. That somebody that's in their own world. Here you can see me starting to add facial features, trying on that face with this body language, figuring out cape, kind of trying to get a feel for how do I marry those two together, the body language and the character himself. This is very, very vague, I know. This is drawing possible landscape. So at this point, I haven't even begun to really think about the fact that he's strutting through the streets of Paris, and how am I going to convey streets, landscaping, that he is indeed in Paris. So the goal is that he's, you know, the person reading the story will just immediately be able to tell all of these different details. So many hours later, many sketches later, many trials and errors later, I'm starting to hone in on who our character is. We've got clothing on him now, we've got his medal, we've got his sword, he's doing his strut, and we've got an implied Paris here in the background. I think this is pretty close to being ready to sketch the final and ink and paint it. So just kind of wanted to give you some insights on what it is that we do and we go through when an artist is working on illustrating a story, and how you bring a character and a story that's never existed before, and all the different little elements that it takes to make that character and that story come to life in a way that serves the story that's being told. So I hope you enjoyed this little peek into my world, and I will definitely share updates with you as I get a little further along into this project. Take care, everybody. Bye.